You're confused, you're stuck, you're worried, you're scared, maybe. You don't know what to do next in your business. I'm going to show you what you can do to get out of this pain right now. Just give me a few minutes, pay attention, take notes if you want, and I'm going to help you out. If you're new to this channel, my name is Arlan. I was homeless about 10 years ago. For most of my adult life, I had housing insecurity, and I've gone on to invest in more than 200 companies. And right now, for the past few years, all I've been focused on is helping other entrepreneurs make more money so that they can have more choices and more freedom. Simple as that. And I love using YouTube to do this because it's a way for me to talk directly to you. You can have me on your headphones. You can watch me on TV. You can have me in your pocket listening to me. And it's free for you. So that's really, really awesome. Okay. So you're stuck. Well, first of all, let's think about why you're stuck and what you're stuck about. When people come to me, and I help thousands of entrepreneurs every single day, that's what I do every day when I wake up. I have thousands of students. And what most people say to me is a combination of one or two things, right? It's either I do not know what to do next in my business because of something. Like there's these routes they take. I don't know what to sell. I don't know where to find my customers, find leads, have traffic, right? All of those different words, buzzwords. I don't know how to sell once I have that attention, right? There's these different steps that most people are stuck. And then this other side of it is for the people who are already in my membership. So you're in your first 5K, or you're in Arlen's All Access or Inner Circle. Maybe you have Prompt Shop in a Box. Maybe you have something from my plugin profit. And you see that I've listed off so many different things right now, right? That I own. And so the second thing that people say to me is sometimes is, I don't know which of your things I need to have. You have so many products. What am I supposed to do with this? Like, I want to be helped by Arlen. I want to be helped by you, but I don't know. I have this. I'm part of your first 5K and I have Prompt Shop in a Box. What do I do now? And I understand that and I hear that. I'm listening to you. And so what I've done is I've made it really easy to do both, to figure out both your next step in general and to figure out what you should do if you already are in some of my programs and you don't know what to do next, or you're not in them yet. You haven't purchased anything from me, but you want to know what you should based on where you are in life. So I've created my business GPS. It's just a free site. You go to the links in the description below. I just created it with Lovable. I like to vibe code really lots of different projects and products. And what it does is it takes you step by step, very simple questions. It asks like super simple, like 4 or 5 questions. And when you answer them, it's multiple choice. You just click on a few things. It gives you an output that is tailored to you, where you are now. And then it tells you what you should do next. Now, you might think, oh, it's just going to tell me to buy something from you. No, actually, I trained it to tell you what you need, not what I need, not what I want from you, right? What you need. So sometimes it'll say to you, depending on what you plug in, it'll say, you don't need to buy anything from Arlen. You got enough. You got what you need. This is how you use that better. So depending on where you are, you can count on getting the right unbiased opinion for where you are, because I want to help you. I don't just want to take from you. So look at the description below. It's either going to be in the description or it's going to be in a pinned comment. If you're on TV, which I think 30% of the people who watch my videos are on their television, you should go to your phone or go to your laptop, look at the description. If all else fails, just go to stan.store/Arlen, and should be linked from there as well. Okay. So what do you do? How do you figure out what's the problem, what the bottleneck is? And you think about, people say this bottleneck and flywheel. I put an email out today where I used the word flywheel. So I gave a visual of it so that people could see it. But we use these terms in business a lot. And I think sometimes we assume everybody knows what we're talking about. So bottleneck, if you think about the way a bottle is shaped, I don't have one here, but if you think about the way a bottle is shaped, like a Coke bottle, water bottle, the kinds that have, it's kind of like it goes up, 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 and then at the top, it gets smaller. So that's where you drink from, that smaller part. And what, if you think about, like, if you turn that, if that bottle were full of water liquid and you turned it upside down, because of that bottleneck, the neck of the bottle, the fluid that's in the bigger part takes longer to come through. It'll still go through it. It's not blocked completely, but it'll take longer. And if you were to have it where you didn't have that bottleneck and it was just one glass that was, or plastic or whatever, that was just straight up, and no bottleneck, you could pour it, turn it over and pour it, and it would just all, come out, very fast. So when someone says that they are the bottleneck or something is a bottleneck in their company, what they're saying is this is slowing down my progress. It's slowing down the flow of what I'm doing. So that's what you have to first figure out is what is the problem? What is the bottleneck that you're concerned with? You can say, I don't have anything to offer. I don't know what to offer, but that's not really the bottleneck. That's the problem. That's the symptom. What's causing it? Is it that you haven't, you know, educated yourself with maybe YouTube videos, or you haven't spent enough time just kind of thinking through things, plotting through? Is it because you haven't been exposed to enough? Is it because you haven't thought through your own pain points or that of people around you to see where the opportunities are in the offer? Or are you just sort of saying, well, let me think of something that'll sell, and then I'm going to try to sell that thing, rather than thinking of it from an inventor's mind, which is what I try to do, is like, how can I observe where there is a problem, either for me or for someone else that I am able to see, and create a solution for it. Create a solution or observe a solution. There are different archetypes, different types of people, different types of entrepreneurs. Some people invent and innovate. Some people document, like journalists, and they are simply saying, okay, I've observed something and I'm going to, like, no one else is seeing this, so I'm going to take advantage of the fact that no one else is seeing this. They can't see it like I can't. That's kind of a visionary type. It's really cool. They're all kinds of different people. So what are you? And when is the last time, if you are the person who is having trouble figuring out what to sell, simply put, when is the last time you sat and you thought, you were just thought through, okay, this week, what did I do this week? What was easy to do and what was difficult to do? You can do that simple exercise and find a bottleneck. You can find a problem. You can find a pain point just in that and say, I wonder how I could make that easier. It took me a long time to put together my ideas for this report that I was doing at my job. Long time to put together the ideas. I wonder, there has to be some AI that I could use. Sure. Can I search for it on YouTube and see if it's already been created? How do other people try to solve this problem? And maybe with other people's ideas and my own observation or experience, can I start to really think through a solution? Can I then go to ChatGPT and say, I'm working on a solution for this problem. So far, I've observed that this is a solution for it, this is a solution, and this is something that I have thought of. Give me a map out a path forward to make a product around this. That's what you could do. Now, personally, I have free custom GPTs that help you do this. If you go to stand.store/Arlan, there's like a major revenue playbook GPT that has helped thousands of people, literally thousands of people, figure out their offer, figure out their next steps. If you're in your first 5K or Arlan's All Access or Inner Circle, you have access to other offer GPTs. If you're in Prompt Shop in a Box, you have access to another free GPT. There's all very helpful ones that I spent hours and hours and hours and sometimes days and days and days training to make really beneficial to you. So you can use those. You can just go to ChatGPT, use their free account. Again, mine are free or included with things. Or you can just go to ChatGPT and talk to it, just like I just described. That's just one example of a bottleneck being the offer, being the what is holding me back for more flow? What is holding this taking more time than it should? The offer. Sometimes it's, oh, I have the offer. I know what I want to sell, but I don't have a place to sell it. Then it becomes, well, what platforms are available and how should I even think about delivering this? How should I think about how this is going to be handed over to the person once they buy it? Especially if you're talking about digital products, which is where I just made $200,000 in 6 months. I just did that with with digital products on Stan, which is why I use it a ton. I am also on school. You see me on school with my memberships. I've mentioned Your First 5K, Prompt Shop in a Box, Arlan's All Access, Inner Circle. They're all housed on school because that's another form of income and a platform that makes it easy to bring in capital. And now, if you see me making a lot of money on a platform and you see me talking about something over and over and over again, it stands to reason that I believe in it and that it's worked for me and that I know how to teach it to you. It's just how it works. But you might, going back to the whole premise of this video, you may be saying, well, do I start a school or do I get a stand store? Or do I get a prompt? Sell prompts? What do I do? You have so many products. That's why the GPS is made for you. The GPS that is linked in this description tells you what to do next. And just because I offer something, it doesn't mean that I think that every single person should have all the things. Sometimes it's just one thing. Sometimes it's just the free YouTube videos. Watching 10 of the right YouTube videos of mine sets you on a path. I've had multiple people say to me, I watched a YouTube video of yours and I made money from that video. So then I joined XYZ and then I made more money from you, right? It doesn't happen to everyone. I can't make any guarantees of that kind, but it happens. It has happened. So sometimes it is about making a few strategic decisions. What I see happen is that people use the excuse of overwhelm and use the excuse of me, Arlan, having a lot of products to say, well, I can't do anything. They throw their hands up and they're like, I can't do anything then. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. You have to take control of the situation, just like I did. And I know that everybody is built a little differently, but you have to take control of the situation. So we're not going to have excuses right now. We're not doing any of that mess right now. What we're doing is I'm telling you every single thing that you need to do, and I'm giving you the blueprint for free, and then you plug in where needed. Sometimes that means buying something from me that is, very well priced, very reasonable, and takes you to another level. And sometimes it means not spending money with me and just simply taking what you already have and just going deeper with that. For example, if you're watching this and you're one of the 2,500 people who are in Your First 5K, which is amazing, thank you. Or one of the nearly 400 people who are in Arlan's All Access, and you have not taken my $100 5-day challenge that is included, that I did live, and then now the replays are there, included in Your First 5K and Arlan's All Access, in the classroom. Very easily marked 5-day challenge. And you haven't taken that in its entirety, but you're saying, oh, I don't know what to offer, or I don't know how to find traffic, or I don't know how to sell. These are contradicting things because the information is there. I could make 100 new products, and I probably will because I like doing it. But that doesn't mean that the products you already have aren't useful. You already have everything you need. Let me say that one more time. No matter where you are, you already have everything you need to go to the next step, to be successful in this step, to go to the next. So, this overwhelm that you're feeling, this confusion that you're feeling, is partially my fault because I do have a lot of products, but it's also partially your responsibility, and more so than mine any day. It's your responsibility to say, look, I have been confused. I have been overwhelmed, but that stops today. Let me know in the comments if that stops today. Say, yes, I agree with you. You are right. Let's go. Let me know in the comments because it's going to have to stop today. We can't move forward as a group here if so many of us are saying, well, I'm so confused. Okay. Do you think I've never been confused by something? Do you think I've always figured it out? No. Let me disavow you of that thought right now. Let me change your thought on that. I have been confused multiple times, all the time. But what do I do when I'm trying to be the most successful? I'm not saying I'm perfect. Sometimes I don't do this well. But when I'm trying to get the most success, this is what I do. I pause. I take a breath. I listen to silence, right? The sound of silence is nice. I just did it right then. It's really nice. When you're done with this video, close your laptop, turn your TV off, put your phone away, and just listen to nothing, if at all possible. Go somewhere where nothing exists. Go into a closet if you have a busy house. And just have some time with your own thoughts, and then have some time with no thoughts in meditation mode. Because when I want to be the most successful, I lock in. And there is a tornado happening around me of confusion, of overwhelm, of all kinds of stuff coming at me. So many options. Da, 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 da. I don't know, have the skills yet. Da, 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 all of that. And I just stay still in it. I just remain still in that tornado of unpleasantness. And I tell myself, this is on me. This is on me. Say that out loud to yourself. This is on me. You're going to take the responsibility. I'm going to help you as much as I can. I'm going to have the products for you. I'm going to have the map for you. The link below gives you the GPS, essentially, the guiding, the guide. I'll have the instructions for you. I have the videos for you. Some things will be free. Some things will be paid. I'll have the community built that it took decades to build, the ability to do what I do. I'll do all of that. But it ultimately has to be you clearing your own path. You clearing it. And what wonderful autonomy is that? What wonderful control of your destiny is you being in control and responsible for it. Now it's not life is happening to me. All this is happening. I'm so confused. Everything is everybody else's fault. Now it gets to be your responsibility. Therefore, you know how good you are. You know how talented you are. So because it's your responsibility and because it's in your hands, now the future is bright. Because the future is based on what you say happens next. So what I do is I get calm, I focus, I lock in, and I say, what do I need to do next? What is the one step I can take that I can control that will help me? And sometimes the answer is clear, which is like, oh, I need to create this thing, or I need to make this phone call, or I need to reach out to these 10 people, or I need to put the email out. And sometimes it's not clear. And so the answer to myself is you need to learn more. You need to learn more, get more skill, and that will help you. Because I spend my life, my active part of my life, 50% in learning mode and 50% in doing mode. In order to make this video, to have this information, I prepped for it. Yes, I can open up a Zoom and start talking. I can talk about anything for any length of time. I really can. And I'm proud of that and happy about that. But when I'm giving you stuff, I want it to be valuable to you. I don't want to waste your time. So I thought through first, I thought, what will my video be about? Then I thought, well, what is something that has been said to me over and over again? What is something that my students are struggling with? Overwhelm, not having clarity, not knowing which of my, like specifically, which one of my products they should be doing first or next. Okay, what can I do around that? What is going to be the most helpful? Well, I can make a video about it, or I can make a video that is accompanied by a tool that helps them even more, even when I'm not in the room with them and they're not listening to me. Hopefully by now you have opened that tool, you have clicked through, you are now on it. You may have even used it already. You may have found clarity. But if I hadn't gone through that process, I wouldn't be right here. You wouldn't be watching. It's such a beautiful, elegant process to me. I find it to be very, I don't know another word for beautiful. I found it to be, it's just very special to me that I can have a thought on my own that in a few hours is then distributed around the world for people who have money, for people who have no money, for people who have ambition, for people who are stuck, for people who have both, for people who are in a tough situation at home and this may be their only lifeline to the business world, for people who are surrounded by entrepreneurship. To me, that is remarkable and brilliant, and I love it. But it's steps. I didn't have it all figured out. I went through a process. I said, what I can control? Well, I can control showing up on video. I can control not saying, oh, I'm too tired, or I don't want to do that, or I did a video yesterday. Aren't they going to get tired of me? Some of people do, and they unsubscribe, and then that's their decision. But you probably are going to subscribe if you're not already. Probably you're going to look at the button below and subscribe. You're probably going to leave a comment to let me know how your results came out if they were helpful to you. You may even show this to someone else because you're like, wow, this helped me. I know my friend Rochelle was telling me that she was confused about something in her business. This video may help her. So you may be also thinking there's the offer, there's the where. When you talk about the where that we were talking about, the platform, I have made $200,000 on Stan. So on Stan, it's one of those things where I wasn't really paying attention to it. I saw it in the background. I thought it was for somebody else. But then I got curious and I took a look and it started working for me right away. So when I hit 200,000 just a few days ago, like three days ago or something, I decided to launch Stan OS, Stan operating system, that takes everything that I have learned for the past 6 months, because I did 200,000 in 6 months alone, and put it into an interface for you. And then also give you 4 live 2-hour workshops that takes a lot to prep for. I have to tell you, it's a lot that goes into this. So it's normally going to be $2,500. This is on sale for $99 during Black Friday weekend, and it'll be discounted. Why do I keep using the word I don't like? It'll be a lower price than 2,500 for a while, but you'll be seeing the replays instead of going live. Now, if you cannot make it live during December, but you want to be a part of it, the replays will be available the same day. So you'll be right along with us. And more people watch the replays than the lives, and the lives get hundreds of current, of views. So that's pretty cool. So the lives have hundreds of people, and then the replays have thousands, basically. So you want to look in the description below for that. And when you do the GPS, when you do the guide, it may guide you to that. And it may not. It may say this is not the right time for this, right? It might say you need to do X, Y, Z, but I want you to know about it. You may be confused about, okay, so you have the offer, and now you figured out, okay, am I gonna what platform am I using? Stan? Am I using School? Is it a combination? Is there like a funnel system? That's what I do. Then you may say, well, how do I get eyes on this offer inside of my programs and on my YouTube videos and through free tools? I have guides that tell you exactly how to get people to see your video, to see your offer. There is a video I put up a few days ago that if you just do a little bit of clicking through, my name, videos, latest, look through. It is a guide to getting 100 people to see your offer in 24 hours. It's a video tutorial and it's a tool that you click on that just tells you everything. And I can see my own stats. See if I can find that fast enough. And I'll tell you how many people have looked at it. And I can tell you that thousands of people know about it, but how many people actually clicked on it? So we have my notes. Where is it? I'm gonna find it. I have a lot of resources. Okay. I have the things that you can sell for $1,000, 1,000 things. I have that video. What can you sell for $1,000? How to get people to see your offer. Okay, that's the name of this one. It's my visibility tool. So it has 288 visitors. And I probably put it up 3 weeks ago, give or take. 288 visitors. How many people saw that video? More than that. How many people saw the link I put up in my memberships, the emails? More than that. But I'm not trying to say everybody is like this, but I'm saying so many people that I have seen are so busy talking about what is wrong and how bad they have it that they're not using the tools that are literally being handed to them. This is a free tool that I put on a free YouTube and emails. And then I said, this is the answer to the question I get asked the most. How do I get people to see my offer? And I give exact details of how do you get people to see your offer. And only 288 people have looked at it. Now, those 288 people I appreciate. I'm not saying that they don't matter. I'm saying, what have you done recently that is momentum for yourself? I mentioned that I sent out an email about flywheels this morning. And a flywheel can be used in locomotion, like a train. It can be used to get water, almost like a windmill. But it's a circle. And the more momentum you get behind the circle, either through weight or like it's all weight, but like through weight of energy or of water or of something, wind, something, the more it'll spin on its own. So I made this email. You may have received it if you've ever purchased anything from me on Stan and you subscribe to, like you didn't unsubscribe from those emails, or if you were on a couple other lists, I put it out there. And I talked about how some people think they're on a flywheel, but they're really on a treadmill. So what that means is they're walking, and they're exerting a lot of energy, but they're not getting anywhere. Now, it's not for nothing, because what do you do when you're on a treadmill? You do gain stamina. You do gain muscle. You do gain breath, right? They talk about in basketball getting their breath. Or sorry, getting their wind, right? You gain that. But do you get far? So it's good that you put in the reps, but let's now put you in a situation where you're doing the same energy, but getting more results. That's the flywheel. And here's something really interesting to me. Maybe not to you, but if you're watching this video this far, maybe to you. Go into your first 5K if you're already in it. Go into Arlan's All Access if you're already in it. Go to my YouTube channel where there's a search button. There's a search button in everybody's YouTube channel. Did you know that? Type in the word flywheel. One word, flywheel. WHEEL. You're going to see videos, posts, classroom materials. You're going to see all kinds of stuff there. And if you spent the next week only studying the flywheel concept from me, you would have momentum. You would do more. Your business would be made better. It's that focus of if you haven't made $100,000 on a product yet, what can you do to get there? Focus. Lock in. Do things that you can control. Your offer, your platform, your traffic, the sales technique. I mean, if you go to stand.store/Arlan right now, there's a sales and conversion course that's normally $500 that's on sale for 90% off. Did you catch that? Let me go even further. I'm going to call some people out. Did you buy it either now or weeks ago and paid even more, but you've only watched the first video? I want to call you out. Go deeper. Go deeper with what you have already. Lock into what you already have. It's there. All of it is there. All of it is there for you. I had none of this 10 years ago when I was starting out. What I had were a lot of inspirational materials from people like Oprah, Will Smith, Richard Branson, etc. And that cannot be discounted. It helped me do what I need to do. But if I didn't have that inner wheel and that inner faith and that inner drive, oof, that would have only taken me so far. That's only every once in a while, right? So I had to get focused. I had to lock in. And I reached my goals. And then I reached my goal on the next thing. And then I reached my goal on the next thing. And that is why today I have multiple offers and multiple products and this ecosystem. But for 10 years or so, I focused on one. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to think, what can I do today that will move the needle, that will get me into momentum? If you need any help, I'm happy to help you. Just go to the link below where you can take the GPS. In your car, you have a GPS system. On your phone, the map, it'll help you. It'll give you direction. It won't do everything for you. And I know that you have the drive to do the rest. And I look at all the comments, so please feel free to comment. Please feel free to give me your thoughts on this. Tell me anything else that would be helpful to you, because that's what I'm doing that's why I'm doing these videos. But yeah, let's get into what does Beyonce say? Let's get information. In order to get information, she's also saying get information. Okay. I have a video coming up that I'm very excited about. I'll give you a little sneak peek just to tell you about it. So I did something cool a couple of nights ago, and I took you with me, and I'm getting that video edited as we speak, and I'll have it out in very shortly. It may even be out by the time you see this. So look for the one that is about the basketball. All right. I'll see you soon. Bye.